own corner. But let's first look at Steve McLaren. Okay, Steve McLaren is currently the assistant manager of Manchester United to Eric Ten Hag. He has been the assistant manager before for Manchester United when Alex Ferguson was there. Yes, he was the assistant manager and then moved to Middlesbrough. That is the next question. Which of them will come at a cheaper salary? Because Ghana as a country will not want to pay a lot of cash, of amount for a coach, and so which of those coaches will come at a cheaper salary, and that will be another point of discussion over there. So let's see how three players, three coaches. I think Hector Cooper will be good. Yeah, Hector Cooper will be good for the senior national team, the Black Stars, because clearly he has a lot of experience with club side, with the national team, and he seems to do well with the national team also. He qualified Egypt at Mallorca and left in June to Valencia. He won another Supercopa de España but lost the final of the Champions League 2 consecutive times, in 2000 against Real Madrid and in 2001 against Bayern Munich on penalty shootout. So even his record at Valencia tells you that he's a very experienced and wonderful coach, brilliant coach. To lose the UEFA Champions League, yes, thank you very much for staying with us once again and joining us on this channel, Sports 7GH. Yes, it's always a pleasure to have you. Yes, it is some big news, very latest news, shocking news about the senior national team, the Black Stars, the next Black Stars coach. Who becomes the next Black Stars coach? According to reports from some media circles, the Ghana Football Association has finally shortlisted some 3 coaches for the senior national team, the Black Stars coaching job. And so we are going to give you the profile of those coaches, and then you will tell us, okay, you comment below which of those coaches, or which of those coaches do you think the Black Stars coaching job should go to. Let me know your thoughts and views, comments, opinions in the comment section of this particular video. Do all to like this video, hit the notification bell and select all, hit the subscribe button if this is your first time watching us here on this channel for a lot more fantastic Black Stars updates, exclusive content, exclusive videos and everything, Ghana football updates. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and select all. Thank you very much for staying with us once again. So today we heard some news about, in fact, some 3 brilliant coaches, top-notch coaches that have been shortlisted for the Black Stars coaching job. But even before that one, the sports minister commented on the Black Stars coaching job. He says that, look, they are working hand in hand with the Ghana Football Association so that they will choose or they will appoint the best manager for the senior national team, the Black Stars. He revealed that indeed he's aware that the Black Stars of Ghana will play African Cup of Nations qualifiers in March, and so he's working, his office, which is the sports ministry, is working hand in hand with the Ghana Football Association to appoint as the Black Stars, the next Black Stars coach. But you know, that is a very interesting one, because for me, I think that the Ghana Football Associations should not be consulted fully on the appointment of the Black Stars coach. Yes, they will have to be consulted, because yes, they will have worked with him and all of that. But I think that per the last 3 appointments that the Ghana Football Association have made, especially under Keto Kreku, Milovan Rajavac, Otuado, and then CK Akono. They didn't give us a lot. So I think that the sports ministry, the government, should take this one into their own hands and take it seriously and appoint as a competent Black Stars coach. But let's move from that and then talk about the 3 managers that have been shortlisted for the Black Stars coaching job. They say, or the reports say, that Chris Hughton is part of them, and then also Steve McLaren is part of them. Currently, he's the assistant manager of Manchester United to Eric Ten Hag. So yes, we are going to talk about him and then Hector Cooper, experienced manager Hector Cooper is also part of them. So these are the 3 managers that have been shortlisted according to multiple reports in the Ghanaian media, and we are going to look through, that for the profile of Chris Hughton. I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians have heard a lot about Chris Hughton, so I will not worry you about the profile of Chris Hughton, but his last job has got to do with somewhere in the English Premier League, and then he has not coached any team again. Or in fact, maybe his last job, you will say that is the technical advisor for the senior national team, the Black Stars. Okay, but he has coached Brighton and Hove Albion, has been assistant coaches at some places, West Ham and all. He's coached there. He's been assistant coach for the Ireland national team during the early days of his career. So at least he has some sort of experience with the national team. And like I told you also, he's been the technical advisor of the senior national team, the Black Stars, at the 2022 World Cup. So he has had some sort of experience with the national team, especially with a lot of emphasis on the Black Stars. So that is that for Chris Hughton. Yes, we know that he promoted Brighton and Hove Albion from the Championship to the English Premier League for the first season. He tried to sustain them in the season and all of that. All these things are things we've already talked about Chris Hughton when we started to hear his name in the media circles, that he was going to be the next Black Stars coach. So basically that is Chris Hughton, not so much an experienced coach as compared to the other 2 he's competing with. He's the experience of Hector Cooper as well as Steve McLaren is one that will be stronger than Chris Hughton. But of course, he's an experienced coach in his own corner. But let's first look at Steve McLaren. Okay, Steve McLaren is currently the assistant manager of Manchester United to Eric Ten Hag. He has been the assistant manager before for Manchester United when Alex Ferguson was there. Yes, he was the assistant manager and then moved to Middlesbrough and others to be the main manager. He is currently 61 years old and he has been, in fact, for assistant manager there, he's been so bad. QPR has been assistant manager there, and Darlington FC has been assistant manager. He's been main manager for Derby County, for Newcastle. Newcastle was from June 2015 to March 11th 2016. So that was just 1 year. Derby, he has been manager. Maccabi Tel Aviv, he's been manager. QPR, he's been substantive manager. Derby County again, technical director and all of that. He's worked with FC20, Nottingham Forest from July 1 2011 to October 2 2011. So he doesn't stay at his job for a long time. Even he's not so good with being a main manager. FC20 was the main manager from June 5th 2012 to February 26th 2013, somewhere close to 1 year. So clearly he doesn't spend a lot of time with a particular team. But currently, he's also been assistant manager for the England national team. He's been main manager for the England national team between August 1st 2006 and then also to November 22nd 2007. He was sacked because he failed to qualify for the Euros with England, and so that is that. So he has a lot of experience with the national team, with club football and all of that. Currently he's doing very well with Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United as I speak to you. And that is some few things about Steve McLaren. Fantastic manager. At Middlesbrough, they were UEFA Cup runners up in 2006. Yes, and so that is one of the achievements he did. With FC20, he won the club's first ever Eredivisie championship in 2010 for them. So soon afterwards, he took over at VfL Wolfsburg in Germany, though he was dismissed mid-season due to poor results. Let's note that. After a short spell as manager of Nottingham Forest, he returned to FC20 in 2012. So he was soon appointed as head coach of Newcastle, but was dismissed after less than a year. After winning only 6 of his 28 Premier League matches in charge. He had a second spell at Derby manager from October 2006 to March 2017. October 2016 to March 2017. And in 2018, McLaren was appointed manager of Queen's Park Rangers before being dismissed in April 2019. So he doesn't spend a lot of time at a particular club or country when he's appointed as substantive manager. Maybe he's not so good being the substantive manager. That is one thing we can know or point out when you are talking about Steve McLaren. But I am surprised that he's part of the shortlist, because for me, I think that okay, maybe I am thinking like that, because who will leave a Manchester United job for a Ghana Black Stars job? Maybe he's interested in our players and all of that, but I am surprised, or I'll be surprised for Steve McLaren to leave a job that has a lot of security. But because with Manchester United, he's been with them for some time and all of that. He's close to Alex Ferguson, so it means that his job security is somehow top notch. You get it? As compared to the Ghana Black Stars, that you come and if you don't perform, you'll be sacked. You get it? Yeah. So maybe Steve McLaren will be looked at when they are doing the final shortlist. Now let's look at Hector Cooper. Hector Cooper is the third manager who has been shortlisted, and we are going to look at him in a jiffy. His last job was with the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now he's 67 years old, very very old. Currently, his citizenship is of course with Argentina over there. He's been manager for Uzbekistan, Egypt, Warsaw, Racing Aris Saloniki in Greece. He's been manager for Georgia, Parma, Real Betis, LCD Mallorca, Inter Milan, Valencia, LCD Mallorca again, and then he started his managerial job at Huracan. He started from July 1, 1993 to June 30th, 1995. He spent a lot of time there. Now, Hector Cooper is known in the circles of football, of world football, when he started or when he coached the likes of Valencia, Inter Milan, and all of them, and achieved a lot of great things with them. Now, with Valencia, he was appointed manager in March 1999 after Claudio Ranieri stated that he wanted Cooper to be his successor when he left at the end of the season. Cooper turned down a new contract at Mallorca and left in June to Valencia. He won another Supercopa de España but lost the final of the Champions League 2 consecutive times, in 2000 against Real Madrid and in 2001 against Bayern Munich on penalty shootout. So even his record at Valencia tells you that he's a very experienced and wonderful coach, brilliant coach. To lose the UEFA Champions League 2 times, it is no joke. Now, he moved on in 2001 to coach Inter Milan. Cooper was hired by the Italian club, replacing Marco Tardelli. In his first season, the club started the final day on 5th May 2002 in a pole position for a first Scudetto since 1989. But lost to Lazio and handed the title to rivals Juventus, retreating to the 3rd place. In 2002-2003 season, Cooper's team ended up at 2nd place in Serie A and lost the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. That is also another brilliance. You coach Inter Milan, 2nd place, and then you lost the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League to city rivals AC Milan. And at that time, AC Milan was having a lot of quality players, so it was understood. And even with that, he did that, or he lost out at for the Champions League on away goal rule. So that was that at Inter Milan. Now let's move to Egypt, Africa. When he came to coach Africa, he helped the Egyptian national team to qualify. In fact, they were 2nd at the 2017 African Cup of Nations, losing to Cameroon 2-1. The manager was Hector Cooper, so he helped Egypt to go to the AFCON finals. Fine, they lost. Now he led Egypt to the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Brilliant. Their first appearance in the tournament since 1990. Hector Cooper came back to help them to go to the FIFA World Cup again in 2018. Yes, he lost all his matches, or they lost all their matches in the World Cup. group stages, and so they were eliminated, and then Hector Cooper's contract at Egypt was not extended. So he moved on to Congo, DR Congo, and then with DR Congo, he also did very well for them with DR Congo. Was appointed manager of DR Congo on 13th May 2001. He lost 1-0 away to Tunisia in a friendly on his debut on 5th June. In March, his team missed out on the 2022 FIFA World Cup after a 5-2 aggregate playoffs lost to Morocco. So DR Congo was the team that Morocco beat to qualify to the 2022 World Cup that was played in Qatar. So his team, he seems to do well with even the national team. It's not only the club side he does well. With DR Congo, they went all the way to the playoffs for the FIFA World Cup 2022. And then he was eliminated by Morocco. He was dismissed by DR Congo on 9th June 2022, having lost to Gabon and Sudan in their first 2023 African Cup of Nations games. So that is also a bit about Hector Cooper. But for me, looking at the records, the profile of all these three players, three coaches, I think Hector Cooper will be good. Yeah, Hector Cooper will be good for the senior national team, the Black Stars, because clearly he has a lot of experience with club side, with the national team, and he seems to do well with the national team also. He qualified Egypt to FIFA World Cup. They went to the finals of the 2017 World Cup, African Cup of Nations, and they lost. So clearly it tells you that he's a manager who does very well. He helped, or he pushed a team like DR Congo to the playoffs of the FIFA World Cup. They were just some few kicks away, or with some sort of luck, they would have qualified to the 2022 World Cup. So Hector Cooper for me will be good. But will he come at a cheaper price or a cheaper salary? That is the next question. Which of them will come at a cheaper salary? Because Ghana as a country will not want to pay a lot of cash, of amount for a coach, and so which of those coaches will come at a cheaper salary, and that will be another point of discussion over there. So let's see how things go. Hector Cooper, Steve McLaren, and then Chris Hughton. Who goes for the job? For me, I think that Hector Cooper should go. Hector Cooper, brilliant manager with a lot of experience and a lot of a lot of trophies, a lot of history to his name, and I hope that if he comes, he will do well. So let's see how things goes for the senior national team, the Black Stars, who becomes the next Black Stars coach. Thank you very much for saying. Please do want to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and select all, like this video, and leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next update. Bye bye.